Welcome back in. In 1984, 49-year-old Catherine Fuller was brutally beaten, raped, and murdered in an alley off of H Street, Northeast. She was a housewife and a mother. The story captivated the city at the time and continues to, and the media. 17 people were arrested, the highest number of arrests for a single murder case in D.C. history. 8 men were convicted with zero physical evidence at trial. 3 of them have completed their sentences and join me today: Cliff Yarborough, Chris Turner, and Timothy Catlett. We also have Shannon Lynch with New America. They've maintained their innocence from day one and plan to ask for a pardon from President Biden. So, Chris, I want to start with you because I want to take you back to the night of the murder and the next morning. There was a lot that was going on at the time, but you were at the movie and then woke up to cops at your door.
That was when I was arrested.
Yeah.
But we were not arrested when the murder occurred. I was arrested on December the 9th.
Okay.
A Sunday.
Take me back to what happened in that time.
December the 9th, 1984, it was a day of excitement because the Cowboys was getting ready to play the Redskins, and we were all excited for that. I was a Cowboy fan. Most of my friends and my family was Redskins fans, so it was a big day. And we came from the movie. I was actually with Mr. Catlett here, and we were coming from the movie late that night when police busted in the room and surrounded me with guns and told me that I was being arrested and charged with the murder of Catherine Fuller that had happened 2 months ago. And I was baffled, shocked even, because I was a personal friend. Her sons, both her sons were personal friends of mine, like younger brothers to me.
And your story is not the only one like that. A lot of the folks arrested had very similar stories, having no idea what was going on. Take me back to the trial as well. That took some time. The jury deliberated for multiple days. But tell me what it was like going through that experience and having to experience that while maintaining your innocence.
Well, when you're young, you know, it's not a game, but you don't pay much attention to it because, you know, I haven't done nothing. I know they don't have nothing on me, you know, and you're sitting there, you're listening to people lying on you, or, oh, I know him, or he confessed to me that he was involved, which in my case, that's what it was. Or I was supposed to confess to a female that I was involved, and you know, and you just sitting there and you like he said, you're shocked. You don't know what's going on. But when you get to the verdict and that guilty verdict come down, now you ain't shocked no more. You know, you're almost out your mind.
And also during the trial, there were 2 individuals, right, who turned evidence and confessed and said it was part of a broader scheme. What did that feel like to hear and to go through all the way to verdict?
Well, it was very devastating. You know, when you got people on the stand telling, you know, lies on you, and you know that you didn't do what they say you did. So it was very devastating. Like, why is this happening? Why are they doing this to me? I mean, what we do to you for you to sit there and tell this tale on us like that?
Did you know the people who confessed?
No, I didn't know them that well. I have seen them before, but not that I knew of them, anything of them. I just seen them before.
And Shannon, one of the main rules here in any courtroom is that prosecutors have to turn over evidence that could exculpate or could help the defense make their case in their own defense. And that didn't happen here. And not only did that not happen, prosecutors acknowledge that it would have been helpful to the defense's case. And in fact, this went all the way up to the Supreme Court. What happened there?
Well, the Supreme Court ultimately said no harm, no foul, which is hard to imagine when several pieces of key evidence were hidden from all of the defense attorneys. So they weren't able to give the most effective defense. So it would only make sense that it would have changed the outcome of the trial. But there's a high interest in finality in our judicial system, and they ultimately decided to just keep it as it was.
For our audience members, this was a 2017 case before the Supreme Court. It was a 6-2 decision with the liberal Justice Breyer in the majority saying even if this evidence came in, that it wouldn't have made a difference in the ultimate decision of the jury. Now, Justice Kagan and Justice Ginsburg disagreed and wrote in dissent and said, actually, it could have changed the tenor of the trial. Is that something you agree with?
Absolutely, in totality. because our defense were that we wasn't there. We couldn't even challenge the government's theory of the case, or now playing Monday morning quarterback, we know that all of it was a facade. You know, not the murder itself, but the story surrounding the 17 people in a garage where people couldn't fit at, when they alleged that her body was dragged and she was beat. We know now from forensic evidence that all the assault and everything with Mrs. Fuller took place inside the alley, inside the garage. And we would have been able to challenge all this whole concept of the group theory if we'd have had the facts, if we'd have had the exculpatory evidence that would have exonerated all of us sitting here today.
And later we learned that an individual who was later convicted of rape was seen in the alleyway. Is that right?
Well, he was already convicted of several assaults against women at this same time. So it actually wasn't even a matter of things he did later on. He already had a criminal record of violence against women.
And that's the information that wasn't handed over to the defense.
One of the things.
One of the pieces. All right, so Tim, why ask for a pardon now?
Well, you know, the Supreme Court turned it down because you look at it and say, well, this is the highest court. This is where we're going to get justice at, and we didn't get it. So now the only thing that we have left really is that. When you're talking about trying to clear the path or clear your name up, that's the only piece that we can look forward to at this time.
Why is that important to you?
I'm not going to say that it would really lift that burden up off of me, but it would kind of give me some kind of sense of being, you know, and, you know, I look forward to it, you know.
Yeah.
Cliff, what is being in prison changed in your life, and why ask for a pardon now?
Well, it definitely a big change in my life of, you know, what the justice system is like, for real. And to have a pardon, it would definitely be great to clear my name as well as my family name of this brutal murder that took place, that slandered my name. So to be able to clear my name from the president, as Tim said before, we didn't get that justice from the Supreme Court. Hopefully, the president will take a good look at what took place toward us, the not evidence and the not physical evidence and the things as the theory of how this case took place, that it don't equal up to anything of what they said took place.
Shannon, we've been talking about state pardons in Georgia all week. This case is a little different because it happened in the district. Why go to the president?
Well, it's the only option because D.C. isn't a state. We don't have a governor, so we can't have a governor pardon for us, and the federal government holds jurisdiction in the district. And so it's an even higher obstacle, really, to go over versus if this had happened in a state.
All right, well, thank you all for joining us. Chris,
Thank you for having
Tim,
us.
Cliff,
Thank you for
and
having us.
Shannon.
Thank you.